I gave my cousin a room in my house rent-free when she had nowhere to go. 3 months later, I came home to find my bedroom door kicked in, my clothes gone, and a note on the mirror: "You're too stupid to notice you're being used." My knees buckled. A year later, she tried to crash my engagement party and I made sure everyone knew exactly who she was. This is about my cousin, Angela. And how giving her a place to stay turned into the worst mistake I've ever made. I live in Gainesville, Florida. I'm a high school English teacher. I'm not rich, but I worked hard for what I have. I bought my house 4 years ago after saving every extra penny. It's a modest 2-bedroom on the east side of town. Nothing fancy, but it's mine. Angela and I weren't close growing up, but she was around. She bounced between relatives a lot. She had that kind of presence, always smiling too wide, talking fast, calling everyone babe or hun. The kind of girl who makes everything about her. She could charm anyone, but she also stirred up drama wherever she went. Somehow, none of it ever stuck to her. It was always someone else's fault. Still, when she called me last spring crying about being homeless, I couldn't turn her away. She said she'd been staying with a friend who kicked her out when the boyfriend moved in. Before that, she'd lived with an aunt in Ocala. Before that, some guy she'd dated for a few months. She said she had nowhere to go. No job. Just 2 suitcases and a broken phone. I told her she could stay in my guest room. Just until she got back on her feet. She showed up that night. The first few days were fine. She was quiet, polite. Kept saying, thank you, seriously, you're saving me. She offered to clean and said she was applying for jobs online. I even lent her my old laptop. But little things started piling up. She'd leave dirty dishes in the sink. She borrowed my shampoo and never replaced it. She used my towel. My snacks kept disappearing: whole boxes of granola bars, pints of ice cream. Once, I found my brand new candle burned halfway down even though I hadn't touched it yet. I mentioned it gently. She acted hurt. "I didn't think you'd mind," she said. "I'll replace it." She never did. I started coming home to strangers in my living room. Her friends. Guys I didn't know. One was clearly high. Another asked me if I had any weed. I told Angela that wasn't okay. She rolled her eyes and said I was being uptight. Still, I didn't kick her out. I kept telling myself she just needed time. That if I gave her space, she'd figure it out. That was my mistake. One Friday, I stayed late at school to help a student with their college essay. I didn't text Angela that I'd be home late, didn't think I needed to. But when I pulled into the driveway around 7:30 p.m., the porch light was off. I knew something was off right away. The living room was empty. Silent. Angela's door was wide open. Her things were gone. I ran to my room. My bedroom door had been kicked in. Wood splintered everywhere. The frame cracked. Inside, it was like a tornado had hit. My closet was empty. Every dress, every nice blouse, every pair of shoes. Gone. My jewelry box. Gone. Even the cheap stuff. My laptop. My backup hard drive. My passport. She even took my comforter. And on the mirror, written in red lipstick, were the words: "You're too stupid to notice you're being used." I dropped to my knees. I didn't cry at first. I couldn't. It was too much. Like I was outside of myself. Watching this happen to someone else. Then I started shaking. Then the tears came. Hard. I called the police. An officer came and took photos. I gave them Angela's full name, her last number, her Facebook profile, everything. He nodded along, but I could tell it wasn't going anywhere. "She's probably long gone," he said. "We'll file the report, but unless she pops up locally, there's not much we can do." She had no lease. No proof she ever lived there. She was just a guest. And I hadn't locked my bedroom door. Why would I? I stayed at my friend Kayla's for a week. I couldn't sleep in my own house. It didn't feel safe anymore. It didn't even feel like mine. My dad helped me replace the bedroom door. We bought a deadbolt for it this time. I replaced my locks, changed my bank passwords, everything. But the damage was done. 1 year later, I was finally happy again. Until she came back. Marcus proposed to me last June. He knew everything. He'd helped me through the worst of it. He even offered to track Angela down, but I told him no. I didn't want revenge. I just wanted peace. We planned a small engagement party. Close friends and family. Nothing flashy. Just a night to celebrate love, healing, and everything we'd been through. It was at a little event space in downtown Gainesville. String lights, a playlist, champagne. My mom made her famous deviled eggs. I wore a navy blue dress. I felt good for the first time in a long time. Then Kayla pulled me aside. "She's here," she said. Her voice was low, tight. "Angela. She's at the bar." I thought I misheard her. But I turned and there she was. Angela. Standing at the open bar like she belonged. Laughing. Holding a drink. Wearing my old red dress. The one she stole. The one I never got back. My hand started shaking. She hadn't changed. Same smug smile. Same fake innocence. I stared at her for a long second. And then something snapped in me. I didn't walk over right away. I went to Marcus. Told him she was here. His jaw clenched. "Do you want me to make her leave?" "No," I said. "Not yet. Because I was going to finish this my way." I walked straight toward her. She was too busy pretending not to see me. She tossed her hair, laughed a little too loud, and sipped the drink like it was her show. She only looked at me when I was a foot away. Angela blinked. "Oh, wow. You look great." Her voice had that same fake sugar it always did. I didn't say anything. I stared at the red dress. "That was mine," I said quietly. "You stole it." She smiled, smug and unbothered. It looked better on me. I felt something shift inside me. My heart was pounding, but my voice stayed calm. "Why are you here?" "It's a party," she shrugged. "I heard you got engaged. Thought I'd stop by." "We're family, after all." "No. We're not," I said. "Family doesn't rob you. Family doesn't write garbage on your mirror before disappearing with everything you own." "Oh, come on," she said, rolling her eyes. "You're still on that? You were being dramatic." My voice rose. "I didn't even mean to. You kicked in my door. You cleaned out my closet. You took my grandmother's bracelet. She wore that in her wedding." Now people were turning. Angela laughed. "That crusty old thing? I sold it for gas money." Someone gasped. Angela seemed to realize people were listening now. She turned toward them, still smiling, like this was all a joke. "She's always been this dramatic," she told a stranger nearby. "Even as a kid. You'd think I burned her house down." I looked at Marcus. He gave me a small nod. Like he was saying, "Go ahead. Finish it." So I did. I stepped up on a chair. "Hey, everyone," I said loudly. "This woman right here, Angela Morgan, is my cousin. A year ago, she begged me for a place to stay. I gave her a room. I fed her. I even loaned her my laptop so she could find work." Angela's eyes widened. "What are you doing?" And in return, I said, ignoring her, "She robbed me. She broke into my bedroom, stole everything I had: jewelry, electronics, clothes, even the comforter off my bed. She left a message written in lipstick on my mirror: "You're too stupid to notice you're being used." Gasps. Whispers. People backing away from her. She's here wearing a dress she stole from me. She has no shame. And if you have anything valuable on you, watch your purse. Angela's face drained of color. "Jesus, you're unhinged," she spat. "You always needed to be the victim." I stepped down from the chair. No. I just don't let people walk all over me anymore. Marcus stepped beside me and looked her dead in the eye. "You need to leave." Angela glanced around. Saw the stairs. No one was defending her. A few people had even pulled out their phones. She huffed, grabbed her purse, probably someone else's, and stormed out the back door. Everyone was quiet at first. Then Kayla walked up and hugged me. "You should have said more," she whispered. "You didn't owe her silence." I didn't cry. I didn't shake. I just felt clean. It wasn't about revenge anymore. It was about being free from her. But that wasn't the end. Because 2 days later, Angela tried something worse. 2 days after the party, I came home from work and saw a white sedan parked across the street. It wasn't a neighbor's car. I didn't recognize it. But I didn't think too hard about it, not until I saw a shape sitting behind the wheel. Someone watching my house. I stared at it from my porch. The figure shifted and started the car, slowly rolling down the street like nothing happened. I had a sick feeling in my stomach. I texted Marcus. "I think Angela's watching me." He didn't even hesitate. "I'll be there in 15. We installed a new security camera that night. Motion detection. Alert straight to my phone. I thought maybe it was just paranoia. Maybe she was too embarrassed to do anything now. I was wrong. 2 nights later, the alert went off around 2:12 a.m. I checked my phone. The camera showed a woman walking up to my front porch. Hoodie pulled tight. Something in her hand. She bent down, reached for the door handle, and froze when the floodlight kicked on. She bolted back to the white car, jumped in, and sped off. But not before the camera got a clear shot of her face. Angela. I called the police again and handed over the footage. This time, they took it seriously. I'd already filed a report from the year before. Now, with video evidence and a witness list from the party, they had something to work with. The officer said if she came back again, she could be charged with attempted burglary. I didn't want her arrested. I just wanted her gone. But Angela didn't know how to let go. The next morning, Kayla called me, furious. "You need to see this," she said, and sent me a link to a Facebook post. Angela had posted a long rant, tagging several mutual family members. She claimed I was abusing her when she lived with me. Said I locked her in a room, refused to feed her, and stole the money she made from selling her belongings. She kicked me out with nowhere to go, she wrote. And now she's spreading lies to cover her guilt. She's always been jealous of me. It was all lies. Every word. And I could have ignored it. But people were commenting. Some distant relatives asking, "Wait, what happened?" One even said, "I always wondered why she seemed so cold at the reunion." I wasn't going to stay silent this time. I posted one photo, just one. A still from my front porch camera, with Angela's face clear as day, holding a screwdriver. Caption: "This was 2 nights ago. After she crashed my engagement party and lied to everyone. Ask me how much she stole the first time." The comments turned fast. Angela deleted her post within the hour. But I wasn't done yet. Because I'd kept one last piece of evidence. Something I hadn't shown anyone yet. A year ago, when she disappeared, I found a little flash drive in my old laptop bag. I didn't even remember having it. I plugged it in back then, just out of curiosity. There were photos, selfies she'd taken in my clothes. In my room. Laying on my bed. One video, too. A short clip, recorded while I was at work. She's laughing with two guys. One of them says, "She has no idea, huh?" And Angela looks into the camera and says, "She's so easy to rob, it's like she's asking for it." I never showed it to the cops. But now? I sent it to every family member who commented on her post. My aunt called me crying. "I didn't know," she said. "I thought, maybe it was a misunderstanding." "It wasn't," I told her. "She planned it. Angela tried to ruin me. But she exposed herself instead." Still, there was one thing left I didn't see coming, one person she hadn't finished hurting yet. And this time, it wasn't me. A week after I shared the video, things got quiet. Too quiet. Angela disappeared from Facebook. Deleted every trace of herself. Her phone number stopped working. Mutual contact said she went out of state to get away from drama. But I knew better. She was hiding. That should have been the end. But then Marcus's mom called. "She called me," she said, voice tight. "Angela. She found my number online and said she had something important to tell me about you." My stomach dropped. "She said you used to do drugs. That you were stealing money from the school. That Marcus should double-check your past." I felt like the air had been punched out of me. It wasn't enough for her to break into my home, steal from me, lie about me online. Now she wanted to ruin my future marriage? I had never touched drugs in my life. I'd been drug tested at school. I have a clean record. But I knew how this worked. She didn't care if it was true. She just wanted to cause doubt. And it worked. For a second, even Marcus hesitated. "Why is she doing this?" he asked me that night. "Why can't she just let go?" I said nothing. But something inside me snapped. I was done playing defense. I went to the police again. Not just to add to the report. I asked for a restraining order. I gave them the footage. The messages. Even had Marcus's mom write a statement about the call. They filed it. Angela was now legally banned from coming within 500 feet of me, my home, my job, or my wedding. But I wasn't done. I sent a copy of everything to the Department of Motor Vehicles. Turns out, her license was tied to a fake address. She had an outstanding warrant in Georgia, unpaid fines and failure to appear in court. I called the tip line. A week later, she was arrested in Savannah. She had a fake ID on her. Was living under a different name. Had bounced between couch surfing, scamming, and working under the table at some shady bar. She spent 3 weeks in jail before her mom bailed her out. When she got out, no one came for her. No friends. No one from the family. Because now everyone knew. At our wedding, Kayla gave a toast. She raised her glass and said, "To real love, real friends, and real homes. And to closing doors on people who only know how to take." Everyone laughed. But I just smiled. Because for the first time in years, I felt safe. Angela tried to take everything from me, my things, my peace, my reputation. And in the end, she lost it all. I made mistakes. I let someone dangerous too close. I trusted blood when I should have trusted behavior. I ignored every warning sign. But I learned. And the next time someone like Angela comes knocking, the door will stay shut.